Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Healthy Soils Program overview. My name is Dana Yao. I'm the Climate Smart Agriculture Educator. I'm located in Glenn County.
Hi, I'm Samikshar. I go by Sammy. I'm located in Fresno County and same as Dana's position.
So today we just wanted to give a quick overview of the Healthy Soils Program. We're thinking it will be released mid to late October 2021 with the application open for a few months. So this is just the first kind of overview of how to look over the website for incentives and demonstration projects. And then Sammy in a little bit will be going over the draft RGAs. So we'll go ahead and get started. First, I just wanted to point out for both of the pages, they do have sign up email notification links at the top. Each program specifically has one, so you can sign up for Healthy Soils, SWEEP, and AMP all separately. Or I think there's even a checkbox down at the bottom that you can sign up for what you're interested in. This is the fastest way to get information. This is where we get a lot of our information from as well, so you will know the same time as us. So just wanted to point that out first. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the demonstration first, but this recording is mainly going to be about the incentives program. All of the information can be found at this website that's posted above in the address box. So let's go right into demonstration first. Both of the web pages look pretty similar. There's just a few differences that I'll point out, but like I said, if you'd like more information on the demonstration projects, please go ahead and look at this further. They are both in draft mode right now for the RGAs, which is in this little new category in the center of the page. So nothing has been finalized yet. We're still doing the technical review on it. Again, this webinar is being recorded at the end of November, so hopefully in the next few weeks, the finalized RGA will be out. But for demonstration, there's two types. It just gives a quick overview and summary of them in the middle here. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, one of the requirements for the demonstration projects is that you do outreach events. So if you are hosting an event, or if you'd like to find information maybe about events that are near you, a lot of that will be posted if you follow this link below. There we go. So a little more information about where it's located, if there's registration, all of that good stuff. That's pretty much it for demonstration. A lot of this information that's on the right-hand side in the archives, resources, program status, all of that we'll go over through the incentives side of things. So let me go ahead and switch back out. Again, do make sure you're clicking on the right one, incentives or demonstration. So the most common type of this is the incentives program, which does not require those outreach events. But again, the draft RGA is right here posted below. Keep in mind things still might change. And then this is good to point out as well. Changes from the previous rounds will be highlighted if you click on this. Sammy will talk about this later, so I'm not really going to go into much detail right now, but just to show you how the website will work. When the applications do open under this program status, obviously it says closed right now, but when the programs open, it will say this will turn green and it will say open, and there will be a link for the portal below. We'll have future videos that will go more in depth on the individual tools, how to fill out certain things, what you're going to need looking forward. So keep an eye on our Climate Smart Ag YouTube channel and our website. But for now, this is just kind of the basic overview of the website. So there's a box up here that says recipient resources. Again, if you'd like to look back on past round resources, this is from 2020 working your way back. You can find the old RGAs and manuals, list of providers and practices. And there's also this general information at the bottom for different soil slabs to get your soils tested, which again, we will cover in a future video. So don't get too focused on this, but there are some resources at the bottom here that might be some good information. Let me go back to the home page now. So going down again, program status, here's other resources for how to do your soil samples, because if you do, if your project is awarded, you will be required to take soil samples for your practices. There's a compost application and whole orchard recycling reports here, as the whole orchard recycling is one of the newest practices that can be implemented on your operation. Again, we have the link for the Healthy Soils demonstration events over here on the side. And because of COVID, a lot of the implementation part and verification for these grants, it's a 3-year term. So a lot of this has taken place over Zoom, over the phone, some sort of video, sending in pictures. You will have to learn how to take a geotag picture and send it in so they can get the coordinates of your operation. So here's the instructions on how to do that. It can be a little tricky. And looking at the bottom in this very last tab, it's the archive. So it goes over from 2017 to the most recent round in early 2020, goes over the list of who applied and also who was awarded. So just for example, you can look through the awarded list to get kind of an idea of what practices were funded in your local county, who applied for them, how much was funded, what practices they did, and if it was an orchard, vineyard, cropland, grazing system, which again, Sammy will touch a little bit later in the RGA, so I won't go into too much of that. But if you'd like an idea of some of the local projects, that's a great place to find it. And not in the Healthy Soils program, but I did just want to touch on really quickly that there are other local technical assistance providers to you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your local Climate Smart Ag educator. We're located in the UC Cooperative Extension offices. There are other technical assistance providers through various local organizations, such as the RCDs as well. And CDFA has that list on their technical assistance page. So please, this can be another great resource if none of us are located near you. But for now, I will go back to the Healthy Soils page and the incentives. And Sammy is going to take us through the draft RGA and what to look out for. So Sammy, if you'd like to go ahead, I'll stop.
All right. Thank you, Deanna. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen right now. There we go. Already, I'm on the same page where Dana left. So I'm going to go ahead and click on incentives. I'm going to go over the RGA for incentives first. So here's the draft RGA. As Dana said, it's still in draft mode and it's not been completed. So this is not the final one, but we're pretty sure most likely it's going to be the same like stuff in there, but still wait for the confirmation before you do anything here. So yeah, it's a long folder, but I'm just gonna go over a few like important things that you might need while applying for this grant. And the maximum grant award is 100,000. As you all know, last year's was a little less, so they increased the price for that this year, if I'm not wrong. And the rolling basis, of course, as we all know, we hope that changes, but it hasn't so far. The eligibility criteria, I'll go over that really quick. So you have to be located in California in order to apply, and you have to be recognized as one of those listed here, a farmer, rancher, a federal and California Native American tribe. You're eligible to apply for that. And as a demonstration, which Dana mentioned, you can apply separately as type A and type B project, which I will mention briefly at the end. That's separate from incentive. And beside that, you can look at these highlighted yellow ones. That's like pretty much saying the important things in the eligibility criteria. The first one is like you can apply as an individual or business entities, must be located in California, that I already mentioned. The second one right here says you have to have the total acreage same throughout the project for 3 years. So you can't change anything there. It has to be listed under same APN, and the total number of acreage cannot mismatch. So make sure like you're keeping that consistent throughout 3 years. And going down here, there's a list of exclusions that cannot be counted while you apply for the healthy soils. So you can go over that on your own. And there is the bunch of practices for each cropping system you're doing, depending on what you have. So you can pick and choose from this list down here, but first one is Cropland. So there's all the list for what you can apply. So you can choose what you need for your soil, or you can go like more in detail on those blue highlighted on the side in case you're confused, or you can always reach out to one of the climate smart ag like specialists like Dana mentioned if you have any questions, but that's for the cropland. And the second down here is the orchard or vineyard. So those are the lists for the orchard or vineyard. You have tree crops, you can do those. And the bottom one is grazing land. So there's a lot there, but you can definitely make your choice for your soil and go from there. But yeah, down here, there is the link for all the tools that you can access to if you want to look on your own. And there is the requirements that you need to submit the application and to be considered for the selection. So just make sure you follow all these. And yeah, I'm just gonna go down here. Those are the highlighted ones, especially for cover crops. If you're doing the URI cover crop or just the cover crops, then you can go over these two highlighted ones just to make sure you don't do anything wrong there. And this is just a table to show if you're looking for higher nitrogen or lower nitrogen, depending on what you have in your soil. And also you can always look at your soil test if you're not sure, and then choose from here, like how many tons per acre you want to apply and will be good for your land. So those are some of the compost on farm. So I'm going to go down here. There's more practices down here for non-overlapping practices, and there's the categories you can pick from. There's 7, 8, I think there's 8 down there. So yeah, you can always go through those highlighted once again if you qualify or are looking to apply for one of those. I'm just gonna go down here, and the time frame for the projects is still to be decided as it's not open yet. And the baseline data has to be falling into 3 different criteria here. Of course, you need the cropping history for past 3 years, and the management practices history also for 3 years. So everything is past 3 years. You cannot do it if you don't have it for 3 years. And yeah, of course, keep the crops same throughout the 3 years after you receive the grant. So keep that in mind, and don't plan to like change anything in your farm, especially the crops, of course. That's still to be decided. The timeline, like I said, everything TBD right now. And there's the application process, like all the sections are like divided down there, like depending on what you will see in your application. So most likely it will be all same. So you can go over this on your own when you have your time. And yeah, it just describes like different like things in different sections, like project design, work plan, that you will be seeing all those on the application again. So the conservation plan part, that's just an optional thing. Some people do it for extra points, some don't. But yeah, if you want, some people just do it on their own, but some people also consult with the certified conservation planners. So that's another option to look for if you want those extra points. Now, of course, there's the priority population and socially disadvantaged, like things like for benefits, like you can do that if you qualify under any of those. And the review and application process is like, there's the table right there for all the points you'll be getting from. So make sure you get full points in those and qualify for the project. And the funding priority, of course, the 25% funds are available will be awarded to, I said, socially disadvantaged and priority population again. So you can see if you qualify for those. And if you're not sure, you can click on those highlighted blue tabs there. And the disqualifications, like you can go over that on your own. And the award process, the important part right here. So there's the list of like different things you will be going through once you're awarded. The first thing is the payee data record. It's like a form. They send it out to your mail or email, depending on what you put in your application. So you can always fill that out and send it back to them ASAP when you get it. They can start with their pre-project things, and then you can finally do it on your farm, the practices. So after that, you do the pre-project consultation. Of course, if you need to change anything or is staying the same, just making sure with you, one of the CDFA, I think, employee or the scientist, sorry, will be with you and going over that. And the grant agreement is, of course, you cannot start your app project without signing this. So make sure you're not doing anything before you sign the grant agreement. So that's the important one. And the project implementation, of course, you can do that. And the reporting requirements needs, like, just whenever you purchase anything, just keep your receipts, like invoices and just the soil sampling, like the records, like you have to send that no matter what, like before you apply anything on your farm. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. And the payment process will be the reimbursement process, as we all know. So make sure you have all the stuff like pictures, receipts, and everything to send it to CDFA when the time comes, so you can get your reimbursement for the money you have spent for the first year, second year, and third year. It goes on like that. It's the same process for 3 years. And there's also advanced payments available for those of the growers who wants to apply for it. Once you're funded, you can so there's a form, like the separate CDFA template advanced payment forms that you can fill out once you get the grant. So that somebody will reach out to you about that, or we can, of course, send it to you. And the verification, now the verification is all online. Like Dana said, it's like geotag photos and all that because of COVID, but yeah, like you can follow through this for that. Other than that, I'm just trying to see what else I need to, there's the detailed version of scoring criteria. You can go over here on your own and see how can you get all those full points and do everything correct, most of it. And then, yeah, there's the documents there will be on the application you will be attaching in order to like complete the application and submit it. And down here is the bunch of all the practices listed with all the number of bunch of, yeah, like sorry, oh my god, the rates and like payment rates for each practice down here highlighted in the yellow. So you can go over that on your own depending on what you're doing. And then also the nice thing about this is they categorize based on what cropping system. Of course, there's a cropland here, so you can do all these. And then down there further you go, you see this is mostly like right here is vineyard and orchard. So yeah, they categorize everything based on what system you're doing it on. So that's kind of nice of them. The grazing land is down here. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. And saying that, if you have any questions, reach out to us and we'll follow up from there and just wait for the final draft for now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Please keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We should have more videos posted in the next few weeks on specific tools. But if you do have questions, please reach out, and thanks for watching.